What's up, y'all? It's Jeffrey back here at Flippin' Profit. In this video, we're going to be cleaning up some Nike Air Maxes. Recently, I picked these up at a thrift store for $3. They were looking pretty dirty. They kind of have a mesh material and a little bit of a suede material that was, discolored and lost its gray color that it originally had across the shoe. So I decided I'm going to make a video of cleaning these shoes up to show you how I clean up shoes like this. There's lots of different cleaning techniques for different styles and different materials of shoes, but mostly you use the same stuff to clean different shoes. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I clean these. And if you like this video, then make sure you hit the thumbs up, and I'll make more shoe cleaning videos in the future. And so without any further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I did was take them to the kitchen sink and use a large hand brush to go ahead and clean the bottom of the shoes. There wasn't a whole lot of dirt underneath, but there was some kind of stuck in between the ridges of the bottom sole on the shoe. So just using my hand brush and a little bit of water, getting the brush wet, and kind of going down the shoe, making sure all the dirt goes into the sink, and also using like a circular motion in some of the deep dirt areas. And then once it looks like you've loosened up all the dirt, make sure you just get your brush really wet, rinsing it every few seconds, and brush the rest of the shoe off, and should clean it up pretty good. So after I got the bottom of the shoes cleaned up and dried off, next thing I did was take out the shoelaces. They were pretty dirty, so I'm gonna set them aside in a little tub of bleach. So what I'm gonna be using to actually clean the top mesh part of the shoe, I have this small little Tupperware tub, and I'm just gonna put some hot water in it about an inch high and add a little bit of Dawn dishwashing soap, and then I use a small fingernail brush to mix that up, and that's what I'm gonna be using to clean the shoes. You can get this type of brush at like a beauty store. I like using this one because you can fit it into small areas and small places. Oh, and really quick, almost forgot to do this part, but spraying the insides with a little sneaker deodorizer is always good. Makes them smell fresh and gets rid of a lot of germs. So I'm just gonna take this small brush and dip it into soapy water. Try to make sure it's not too saturated. And you first want to test the materials. Always check the different materials the shoe's made of, and find a small area to test it on. Make sure you're not gonna have some crazy reaction or anything. And on this shoe, there was actually some type of like suede type material, and I was a little bit worried about putting a brush on it at first. And but later on, I do realize that it can take the brush and it wasn't damaging the material at all. So you'll see me trying to be careful of hitting that material at first, but later on we start really being liberal with the soapy water and brush. And so we'll just go ahead and skip forward. Like I said, I kind of just tested a lot of the materials out, but here we're going ahead and applying this soapy water material on there pretty well, making sure to see lots of suds coming up, because that's how you make sure that the dirt's lifting up pretty good. So I started in the toe area mainly because that's where most of the dirt was showing, applying lots of this soapy water and brushing it pretty good on the mesh material and on that suede like material, because it was actually handling the brush pretty well. So I was trying to get in there deep, get most of that dirt lifted up, and overall it was working pretty good. And then slowly worked my way to the back of the shoe, as well as the tops around the ankle of the shoe, and areas like on the top of the tongue. They were showing some stains, as well as getting on the inside of the shoe around the heel area. So after taking my time and really getting in deep on the mesh area and the top part of the shoe, I went ahead and used the same little brush and hit the midsole of the shoe. There is a section that's black that looks like a leather material, but I don't think it's genuine leather. It could be maybe some pleather or something like that. I made sure to not let it get too saturated, and it really didn't need any cleaning. There was no dirt stains on it, and even if I did wipe it down, it didn't change the look at all. So I just went ahead and scrubbed the midsoles with the soapy dirty water and then dried them immediately with a rag. And I like using a magic eraser as well on the midsoles of shoes. It definitely works well on white shoes, but in this case I'm using it just to make sure if there's any leftover like dirt stains and smears or stuff like that, this will most likely get rid of most of that. And there was also a few small like black scuff marks and stuff that the magic eraser is really good for getting rid of. One thing with the magic eraser using on shoes and definitely around the sole area is that it will start to kind of tear apart and crumble. So just be sure to have a dry rag close by to kind of dust off that white foam that comes off the magic eraser. So I think that's pretty good on the top parts of these shoes. Like I said, I scrubbed in them as deep as I could. There were still some spots that were showing some fade or some stains and a few marks here and there, but for the most part I think there's a big difference in the color of these shoes. I think a lot of the original gray color came back and the colors are more consistent from the front to the back of the shoe. Before it was a lot more dirtier up front, almost looking kind of brown on the gray parts, but now it's a nice even color. The next thing we need to do though is check on these shoe strings, and after opening these up and taking them out of the bleach, they actually were still holding lots of dirt in them, lots of stains. So I went one by one dunking them in the bleach and trying to wring them out, squeeze out some of that dirt, and it actually was working pretty good. The bleach water turned pretty brown, or discolored a little bit, so I went and got some fresh bleach and did it again for the other string and got most of the dirt out, but there was still some light staining, but decided, you know what, this is the best it's gonna get, and it does look 100% better. So one tip if you're gonna use bleach on your white shoe strings, I didn't video this, but I did rinse them off afterwards through water pretty well and make sure that they dry, fully dry, before you put them back in the shoes, because you don't want that bleach rubbing out onto any other colors of the shoe that aren't white. Guys, if you're still watching this video and enjoying it, then be sure to hit that like button. And I want to take a moment really quick to give a shout out to one of my fellow reseller friends on YouTube, Drew over at Profit Monsters. He just recently put out a video on cleaning some white Nike shoes as well, and he actually took the approach of using just Dollar Tree products, and that was actually a really cool idea. So he creates a lot of content similar to mine. He resells on eBay as well, and he also just recently reached 1,000 subscribers. So go over there and congratulate Drew. Check out his shoe cleaning video and let him know who sent you. So after they were all clean and dry, I put the shoelaces back in, and this is the end result. Like I said, there were still some stains that came through that were just really hard to get rid of, but all in all, I'd say they cleaned up very well. I think you can tell a huge difference in what they looked like before and after. I think this will definitely help the value of the shoes for trying to resell these on eBay, and it just makes these shoes look a whole lot more desirable. No one wants dirty shoes. Definitely these classic Nike Air Max 24/7s. You can't be having them things dirty like that. You got to keep them fresh, keep them clean, and I think we definitely pulled that off. Are they 100% back to like new, or looking like they were originally brand new? No, like I said, there's still some coloring in them, some stains, but I definitely give these a 7 out of 10 condition now, when before it was looking like a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, something like that. So hit that like button if you enjoyed this video today, guys. Definitely let me know if you want to see some more shoe cleaning videos. There's honestly not too many shoes that I come across that are worth taking the time to clean up, but these, on the other hand, these were some classics, and they actually do yield some pretty good resale value. So, and just to clarify, that did take me about 30 minutes to clean those shoes, but that was including moving the camera around and videotaping the whole thing. So I think for $3 and 30 minutes of cleaning the shoes, making them look a whole lot nicer, I'll probably bring maybe $30 to $35 plus free shipping on eBay. So it was definitely worth it for me. Made a cool video. I think they came out pretty well, and I also got some experience on cleaning shoes, and got to feel some different materials, some different textures, and see how they worked. But like I said, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more big flips. And if you're new to my channel and you want more tips on how to sell on eBay, then check out some of my playlists. Also, if you're new to reselling and you need some shipping supplies on the cheap, check out some of my affiliate links down in the description. If you purchase something through one of those links, I make a small commission on it, and it directly helps support the channel, so I really appreciate it. Thanks to each and every one of you for watching my videos, and until I see y'all next time, keep flipping.